Coming up on OU Nightly, we are tracking severe weather chances Sunday into Monday. All those details coming up.
And the nation reacts to what some say is controversial nomination for the next presidential cabinet. Plus, the Bible battle continues. What Ryan Walters says Oklahoma school districts must do now. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Savannah Simmons.
And I'm Olivia Hayes. We begin tonight with concerning weather for this weekend. OU Nightly meteorologist Joel Robinson has a look at the cold front coming in. Joel?
Yeah, ladies, as if we haven't seen enough rain already, yes, we are going to be seeing a lot more going into Sunday into Monday. It's definitely been a very active November so far. We are currently on our 4th wettest November on record. We could potentially flirt with the wettest November on record going into Sunday into Monday. Alongside that, we do have severe weather chances that we're going to be watching for as well. Currently, it's mainly to the south and west, but there is the possibility that it could move up to the north and east over Norman, so we're really paying attention to that. All hazards are on the table. Flooding, damaging winds, hail, and possibly a few tornadoes will be possible, so we'll keep you updated on that. Please stay weather aware. Now coming up, we'll be talking about the pleasant temperatures going into Saturday. Rain is of course on the way, and after all is said and done, cooler temperatures for next week. All that coming up. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Joel. Firefighters responded to a fire in Northeast Norman today. OU Nightly's Willie Gillespie is there live. Willie?
Yeah, that's right. A spokesperson with the Norman Fire Department said they responded around 2:45 this afternoon for what was originally a call of a grass fire. But when they got on scene, they found this pole barn behind me fully involved, and they were actually briefly worried about the structure next to it as well, as this fire was really going, but they got that out very quickly. Now, I talked to the spokesperson. She said there has been transient activity in this building over the past couple months. In fact, the police department has responded to this address several times. She said that's a possible cause of the fire, but it's still under investigation at this point, and crews still on scene here. Porter Avenue is still shut down, and they're working to kind of get some hot spots out here and also mitigate collapse of this structure as well. So this road likely to be shut down for just a little while longer. We're live here at Rock Creek Road and Porter Avenue in Norman. I'm Willie Gillespie, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Willie. A Cleveland County judge heard arguments today from attorneys for OU and non-doc media for the release of the Jones Day reports on former university president David Boren. The reports contain information on sexual misconduct incidents that Boren is accused of, and also him inflating accusations that he inflated donor amounts in his reports. I was at the courthouse earlier today to listen in on the hearing. Lawyers from the university argued the OU Board of Regents did not abuse their power by withholding the reports. They say they made their decision based on protecting the confidentiality of more than 50 witnesses, including victims of Boren's alleged harassment. Lawyers for non-doc media say public institutions like the university owe the public transparency. They also say the law firm Jones Day that was hired by OU acted in conflicting roles to its investigation by giving legal advice to the Board of Regents while also investigating the claims they were giving that advice for. Non-doc's founder Trace Savage says the university's actions show a lack of accountability.
I find it concerning the level to which they will go to cover up what was egregious behavior that they investigated and they know about and they don't want to tell anyone else about.
I also spoke with Jess Eddy, one of Boren's alleged victims and the only one to go on record with his name. He tells me he's grateful for non-doc and offended by the university for saying that they're acting in the interest of Boren's victims.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters is cracking down on Oklahoma public schools. OU Nightly reporter Zoe Watson has the details.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters is creating more waves in the Oklahoma public school system. Walters sent an email Thursday to every Oklahoma superintendent saying that every school is required to play this 90-second video for enrolled students and send it to the parents. In the video, Walters says, "We have seen an attack from the radical left," and ends the video in prayer, but stresses that kids do not have to join him.
I will now say a prayer. And to be clear, students, you don't have to join. But if you so wish, I'm going to go ahead and pray. Dear God, thank you for all the blessings you've given our country.
Many districts have released statements saying that they are not showing the video to their students or parents. OU Nightly contacted Norman Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Nick Migliorano, and he responded with his statement regarding the video. "We always keep at the forefront welcoming and presenting to students, staff, and parents an inclusive environment that neither promotes nor threatens personal religious beliefs." This new addition to Oklahoma schools comes from Walters' purchase of more than 500 Bibles for AP government classrooms, which has already had a lot of pushback. Reporting in Norman, Oklahoma, Zoe Watson, OU Nightly.
The Bibles are intended to be a part of a larger purchase that Oklahoma State Department of Education is making for advanced placement classes.
And switching over to national news now, President-elect Donald Trump continues to build his White House staff. OU Nightly's Abigail Nickel has that and the rest of today's national headlines from the News Center.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is nominated to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Trump stated in a post on X that he believes that Kennedy will restore this department to the gold standard and, quote, make America healthy again. Kennedy then responded that he is pursuing the mission of making Americans the healthiest people on earth. The nomination must be confirmed by Congress before it's official. And former NFL linebacker for the Detroit Lions, Antoine Williams, was arrested on Thursday. Police say Williams is facing several charges, including assaulting officers on the day of the U.S. Capitol attack in January of 2021. Prosecutors say that Williams participated in a mob and was recorded pulling bike racks from police and striking an officer on the head. And in Georgia, an undocumented migrant is on trial accused of the murder of college student Laken Riley. Prosecutors say Jose Ibarra, the migrant charged with murder, went on what they called hunting for females on the University of Georgia's campus. According to court records, if Ibarra is convicted of these charges, prosecutors intend to seek a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Savannah, Olivia, back to you.
And the Miss Universe competition kicks off last night in Mexico City.
Hear how the race for the crown began when we return.
And we've got plenty of rain, which could lead to some flooding. As we head into Sunday into Monday, your full forecast is coming up. Don't go away.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here's a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm OU Nightly meteorologist Joel Robinson here with your latest forecast update. It's been a beautiful day here across the state of Oklahoma. Let's look at our Weather Center cam now. Beautiful, clear skies outside. nice blue skies and traffic flowing along nicely along Highway 9 there, and you can see those fall colors out there as well. Let's take a look at the sensor details now. 68 degrees with clear skies, feeling like 77 degrees outside with that humidity at 38% and a nice south-southeast breeze at 7 miles per hour. Now, that is the calm before the storm. We get a break tomorrow, but as we head into Sunday evening and especially into Monday, we do have rain chances on the way, 50% for Sunday and 90% as we head into Monday. Now, along with that will be the chance to see some flooding in some locations. As if we haven't even seen enough rain already, yes, we're going to see a lot more coming up. Future precip through Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., potentially near 3 inches in Lawton, 2 inches for Norman and Oklahoma City, basically 1 to 3 inches across the board. So a lot of rain is heading our way. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see some heavier amounts under some of those thunderstorms that end up moving our direction as well. So overall, a lot of rain. Let's time everything out now as we head through your Saturday, nice and clear. Temperatures in the upper 60s to possibly near the low 70s. As we head into Sunday afternoon, though, that's where that area of rain starts to move in. That upper level pattern will be moving in along with a cold front, and that'll provide us a lot of lift to see plenty of rainfall, which could lead to the possibility to see severe weather. And speaking of which, here's our Storm Prediction Center outlook here. We are currently under a marginal risk for Sunday. That's an isolated risk for severe thunderstorms, so maybe 1 to 2 of the storms that do actually end up developing will be strong to severe with damaging winds, large hail, and possibly a tornado or two. We do have a slight risk off to the south and west. I wouldn't be too surprised if it actually moves up north and east, and in the event that that happens, we will have a better chance to see more widespread severe storms. So we'll keep you updated on that. Going through the rest of tonight, though, clear skies all the way through. Temperatures going down in the lower 50s, potentially near the lower 40s as we head into the morning hours. South-southeast winds of 10 miles per hour all the way through. Saturday planner looks pretty nice. We start out with temperatures in the 50s. We go through temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s as we head into the afternoon. Clouds are starting to increase as we head throughout the afternoon. Your 7-day forecast, once all the rain is out of the way, we got some nice fall-like temperatures on the way. We got temperatures in the 60s and down into the 50s. And take a look at those low temperatures too. We got low temperatures in the 40s, lower 40s. It's going to be beautiful. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that's good starter weather for some hot chocolate.
Oh, I love hot chocolate. What about you?
I definitely, I think I'm more of a peppermint hot chocolate or like a peppermint mocha type of girl. I like the extra flavors in there. So.
I like the coffee with it. It's like a mocha. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
I'm not going to lie. I have not tried that before, but now I'm feeling kind of inclined to try it. Okay,
that's
sounds
the
good.
best in my opinion. I don't know about you.
I mean, grabbing a warm drink, grabbing a blanket, maybe if you have a fireplace in your house, getting up by the fire, watching a nice Christmas movie. I feel like it's the perfect time of year to throw those on. So
the one thing
debatable.
Yeah, the one thing I'm worried about is the pumpkin spice going away because that's where my heart is.
It's trickling. I mean, it's kind of wrapped up at Starbucks, all the places. So we're seeing the new Christmas flavors go in.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Joel.
No problem.
And the Miss Universe pageant kicks off in Mexico City. Last night, 126 contestants, including our very own Miss USA, took the stage, beginning the night with the national costume competition. The costume segment was immediately followed by the swimwear portion.
Ahead of Saturday's grand finale, the contestants will be narrowed down to a short list of 30. The finalists will then compete for the title of Miss Universe.
And one Oklahoma recruit has waited her entire life to become a Sooner. Hear her story coming up.
And take a look ahead to this exciting men's basketball season, next on Big Friday Sports.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. It's time for Big Friday Sports. I'm Emily LaBeth.
And I'm Cam Williams. OU Nightly sports reporter Hallie McPherson is live from the Lloyd Noble Center with more on why OU men's basketball's next game is bigger than usual.
That's right, Cam. Behind me is where the men's basketball team looks to stay undefeated tomorrow against Stetson. This will be their biggest competition yet. I mean, literally their biggest. Stetson starters are bigger than every single one of these Sooners starting five, and OU sure knows it.
It's hard to imagine a bigger starting lineup. 7 foot, 6'10", 6'7", 6'6", 6'5". Very big. Winning fabric program. I mean, going to the NCAA tournament last year. But they're very big, and they got some guys that can really go downhill. They got some high major transfers, and really well coached.
I think overall, the team's just very confident going into this and just want to dominate. I think that's what we haven't showed people yet, that we could dominate from the jump since we've, kind of had some slower starts. But I think we want to go out and try to dominate from, the beginning to the end.
The Hatters and Sooners haven't met up since the 70s, and Oklahoma won both of those games. They will play again right here tomorrow at 1. Reporting from the Lloyd Noble Center, Hallie McPherson. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Hallie. The OU women get a break from the court this weekend where they have been making history, setting a program scoring record with 122 points in their win over Western Carolina. And they hope to keep that momentum when they travel to Wichita State next week.
So it's going to show the maturity of our team, and that's a little by design for us to be able to do that. And we're playing great teams, and teams that are so different than us. And so I think that's going to be something that will be really good for this team to see really how mature are we, how much better are we getting. It's great when you're up and things are going well at home. It's how you play on the road when you got to create your own energy.
For a high school recruit, signing day might just be a college to play for. But for Bethany's Keziah Lofting, picking her school means a little more to her dream. OU Nightly sports reporter Abby Williams has more.
She's known since she was 4 years old she wanted to go to Oklahoma.
And now, the wait is nearly over.
It's something I've dreamed of since I was little, so it's like a dream come true, basically.
Bethany's 5-star point guard Keziah Lofton's been committed to the Sooners since 2022, but put the pen to paper on Wednesday to make it official.
It means a lot. I have a lot of family, a lot of extended family, and I'm just thankful that they all came and supported me. So,
as the #2 player in Oklahoma and a back-to-back state champion, Lofton had tons of interest, but she's only had eyes for one team.
We have a good relationship with Jenny and all the girls. Went on our visit and met, Reagan, who's here now. We all had a little 80s theme party, played with Zaya, so she's a freshman. Kaya, who came in, she played with her growing up. So basically she's going in with friends.
She joins former Bethany teammate Zaya Van on Coach Baranchek's squad, where her family is more than excited to watch their girl play.
I need tickets to the game. So, Coach, hear me out. Papa will need tickets to see his granddaughter play.
And now, with just a few months left at Bethany, She looks to lead the Broncos to one more state championship to make it a three-peat. Lofton says she's always known she wanted to be a Sooner, and now she's one step closer to suiting up in the Crimson and Cream. Reporting from Bethany, Oklahoma, Abby Williams, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Abby. For this year's OU football senior class, finishing strong has been the motto. The ups and downs of a long first year in the SEC can take a toll on a team, but senior leaders like Danny Stutzman and Billy Bowman have no regrets, and they want to take things game by game to finish this season.
It really goes by fast. I mean, every senior is going to say that. It's cliche, but it's so true. You know, it's going to be a little, you know, it's painful coming back here for the last time. You know, I've had so many, you know, great experiences, the highs, lows, the lows. But, you know, I think I've no regrets with how my career has gone. You know, every time I step on that field, I leave it all out there. And so, you know, just got to take advantage of the opportunity and just take it all in one more at a time.
Looking at tomorrow's SEC slate, Texas and Arkansas will be a heated matchup. Longhorn head coach Steve Sarkisian said that Arkansas fans hate Texas more than they like themselves. And the game of the week is between the hedges with Tennessee at Georgia, a crucial game for the college football playoff race. And the boys on Asp Avenue won't be playing this week, but the boys on Main Street will. As Norman High begins the 6A high school football playoffs tonight, our Andrew West spoke with the Tigers and has why this season is history in the making.
A season 32 years in the making and a shot at the gold ball isn't something Norman High takes for granted, and to head coach Rocky Martin, it's just another week.
It would be huge, but you know, just like any other week, we got to take it one game at a time. We've got to worry about what we do. We've got to worry about how we can get better day in, day out.
The Norman Tigers are coming off a 9-1 regular season, their best since 2006, and while that was a fun drought to break for the Tigers, it doesn't overshadow the ultimate goal, winning their first state championship since 1992.
I mean, 1992, that was the year my mom graduated high school, so being like, it would be cool if when I graduated high school, we won the state championship as well.
The secret formula behind the Tigers' success? Quarterback Phoenix Murphy and receiver Ryder Murphy, two record-breaking brothers who just want to win.
It's great. I mean, live together. You know, we talk every day, we talk football, just talk life, and it means a lot just us being able to do it together in the same season, breaking records. Our chemistry has been so good ever since we were young.
Phoenix's 30 touchdown passes is the most at Norman High since former Sooner Cade Horton, leaving no doubt the Tigers have something special.
They're as good as I've been around. They're as good as I've coached. But both of them, you know, you think about Phoenix, and he's an athletic quarterback. He's a smart quarterback, and then his brother Ryder. I've been fortunate to coach a number of really good wide receivers, and Ryder's as good as I've seen.
The Murphy brothers and the rest of the Norman Tigers look to kick off their state championship campaign against Westmore at 7 o'clock. Reporting from Norman High School, Andrew West, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Andrew. The Thunder take on their first opponent in the NBA Cup. A look at their new court next.
And a recap of a former Sooners' gritty performance leading to a win after the break.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. Never do that. And never become a minivan mom.
Hey, Chris.
As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Sooner quarterback quarterback Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles took on the Washington Commanders last night on Thursday Night Football.
And we'll fast forward to the fourth quarter where Jalen Hurts pushes his way into the end zone, putting the Eagles up 12-10 with 12 minutes to go. And then the Saquon Barkley show sealed the deal from Lincoln Financial Field. Barkley scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to put the game to rest, and the Eagles would hold on to win 26-18 to get a big NFC East division win.
And for the Sooners on the court, the NBA Cup continues tonight. Trae Young and the Hawks host the Wizards, coming off of a win against the reigning NBA champions, the Celtics. The Grizzlies take on Buddy Hield and the Warriors, and Austin Reeves travels to San Antonio as the Lakers take on the Spurs, and he's looking for his second NBA Cup title.
And the red-hot best in the West OKC Thunder host their first NBA Cup game this season tonight versus Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns at 7 p.m. Former Thunder great Kevin Durant will be out with a calf strain suffered last week. But in their last outing, the Thunder thrashed the Pelicans at Paycom Center 106-88, headlined by Jalen Williams' 31 points.
And the Thunder will be playing in style tonight. Here's a first look at their NBA Cup court. The Paycom Center hardwood is a dark blue with the baselines and sidelines colored that iconic Thunder blue. In the finishing touches, the NBA Cup trophy is in the center of the court as well as in the paint.
And Julia Garcia-Ruiz and Alina Sherbinina of the OU women's tennis team secured their spots to the NCAA Individual Championships on Sunday. Both number 16 Garcia-Ruiz and number 56 Sherbinina got the win in the quarterfinals. Both were on Sooner Sports Pad this week with more on their wins.
I mean, we've been working so hard this whole semester, so it's just time to show off and what we can do, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of exciting week for us, and we've been working so hard, so now we just need to enjoy it.
Tennis is a very physical and mental sport. You need to have the skills of adjusting your feet and having that eye-hand coordination, I would say. And mental part is very, very important because you're just alone on that court.
OU cross country continued postseason at the NCAA Midwest Regionals. Freshmen Leah Gerudo and Tobias Chariot both placed in the top 10 for their third straight meet, with Gerudo placing first in the women's 6K overall. The women took 7th and the men finished 11th. They'll race in the NCAA championships next Saturday.
And the 21st ranked Oklahoma wrestling squad travels to South Dakota this weekend to compete in the Warren Williamson Daktronics Invite. The competition will take place on Sunday at 9 a.m. in the Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex and can be streamed on Flow Wrestling.
And with OU men's basketball playing tomorrow, we have to talk about this new look team. There's a ton of newcomers, so who would you say is the most promising?
I think I'm going to go with Dayton transfer Kobe Elvis. I think he surefires this backcourt and gives the Sooners an extra little push.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to go with Jeremiah Fears. He had 15 points in his last game and can really be that offensive boost that the Sooners need. And OU's on a bye week, but they are one game away from getting a bowl game. So do you think they have a chance?
I think they do have a chance for a bowl game. I think they shocked the world and beat Alabama.
Alabama. I would say Alabama as well. It's a home game, could be great for the Sooners. But that's it this week for Big Friday Sports. I'm Emily LeBeth.
And I'm Cam Williams. Have a safe and fun weekend.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small.